Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to, let me get this down. Welcome to Big Things Kentucky Live. What's going on, gentlemen? Super Bowl champs, Super Bowl Monday. Hey, man, that was probably one of the best Super Bowl games I done seen in a long time for us to get our back-to-back Super Bowl champion. You know what I'm saying? It's championship. I know it hurt y'all, man. I know it hurt y'all. And in all rights, y'all should have won the game, man. But let's leave it here nor there.
I'm hurt. I'm speechless. Disappointed, flabbergasted, and you have to have a Chiefs sweatshirt on. I'm just a lost for words.
We winning, we riding, baby. I'm sorry, man, but I got to celebrate my championships. You know, hey.
It hurts.
Ozon, man, I'm wearing all black because it's a sad day.
Man, I even changed my profile picture today, man.
Can't get over the hump, man. It's just, and the thing about we were the ones, somebody been sitting over with a San Francisco shirt on, or a hat, something he would have, but it's all right, man. It's rough, dog. 29 years is a long time, dog.
A long time, man.
I feel bad for Cowboys and Browns fans. We feel about as bad as they are 29 years, dog.
Man, I'm just saying, Kyle Shanahan, man. I thought you would have learned from the last
Super Bowl.
Super
They played good enough to win. It was just the Chiefs was better. We was better.
You know, it might be time, Ozon. I hate to say it. Might be time for a change.
Change? We was just, man, come on, man.
Might be time. We need
Y'all
to
relax. Relax.
We need to find someone who's a finisher. He is not it.
Man, run the ball. You saw me fall last night.
You got the lead.
Y'all just being emotional.
We are emotional right now. We're emotionally scarred right now. We're hurt. We're disappointed. I talked to one of my guys last night, man. He said he lost. He said he got up, man. He said he lost 10 pounds because he was that invested.
All right.
I didn't even sleep good last night, man.
At all.
I tossed and turned all night.
Oh, look, I almost called him to work this morning. I was so upset.
Look, man, I understand y'all feelings hurt. But, you know, hey, one thing that's good, though, is we got the Sweet 16s coming. Actually, we got the whole postseason coming up. We got about 2 weeks left in the season. We'll start on the girls' side. I mean, like Jared said last time we had him on, it's pretty much Sacred Heart versus everybody.
And that was kind of
a dominant team all season. We're going to have our special guest, our Coach Bew, my coach, my girl, my lady, Coach Donna Moir going to join us. Hey, she is having an amazing season, man. This Sacred Heart team, we didn't think they could get much better, Coach Bew, and I think they might be better.
You know the thing about it, I was looking at that record, I said 19-7.
Yeah, but look at who they lost to, though. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm saying they in Arizona playing. They lost 3 times in the state of Arizona. They played a team, out of Miami. They played teams out of California, Georgia, Tennessee, Virginia. So they've been all over, guys. Really earth playing games. So of course you're gonna have some losses when you play against that caliber talent. But that just means there's more trouble for these people here in the state.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you know, when you have the best player in the state and you're trying to get everybody else exposure, man, you got to go out and play that type of talent, man. You got to play that type of schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're going to bring on my coach. Y'all want got anything real quick before we bring on Coach Moore?
I'm pretty sure she make a phone call to teams of the state. They hang up the phone. You got the wrong number.
They don't want to get the wrong
number. They see that 502 area code.
Hey, it's like a bill collector calling. I ain't answer that.
I ain't answering that, man.
I'm not answering that call.
Here we go. We got Coach Moore. Coach!
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Coach, you just steamrolling along, ain't you?
Man, yeah, it's been this season's just flown by.
Wow.
Now, Coach, you stepped out. Well, congratulations on another great season so far. You stepped out outside the state and played a lot of tough talent over the last beginning of the season. You was in Arizona playing in the tournament. You had a couple of tournaments in Bowling Green and Virginia. I mean, what was the purpose of that? And do you feel like it made your team battle tested for the state?
Yes, we've been everywhere. We've been all over the state. We've been all over the country. We've played some of the best teams in the country and competed well. And, so I just felt like I really needed to challenge my team this year. And hopefully it didn't backfire. But, our 7 losses, we're playing against the best kids in the country. And, my kids were right there with every one of them.
Hey, Coach. Now we're rolling into district tournament time, regional tournament time. Tell me about how your team is playing ball right now.
I think we're playing really well. I'm starting a freshman point guard, 2D Jordan, all 96 pounds of her. She's grown, of anybody on our team, she's grown up the most. When we were going all over the country, she's playing against the point guard going to South Carolina and, just different big time players. And I think, she's just really kind of settled in her role. And I think, Zakiya has just proven like she's the best player in the country. Everywhere we've been, I still haven't seen a player better than her. And Reagan Bender has been big for us. And so is Angela Paleo. I mean, I've had everybody step up. I'm just really happy with where we are right now.
Now, Coach, this has got to be, I don't know, is it easy?
No.
Team, or is it hard?
No.
How do you keep them focused? You know, you beat everybody in Kentucky. I think it's 60-something games where you haven't lost to a team in state.
Yeah, I think it's 61. It's right about 61 with our win yesterday over Mercy. But our practices are competitive. We've got kids that think they can guard Z and think they can guard Reagan, and so it's been fun. Every day is a new day, and we talk about to them that everybody says it's unprecedented if Sacred Heart would win 4 in a row. So it's not going to be the last; it's going to be the first because we've never there's never been a team do that, and I think that's really motivated them.
Coach, I was looking at something today. It said where you were the first woman to win a state championship as a coach and a player.
Yeah.
I mean, I know coaches don't like to toot their own horns, but how do you feel about that?
Oh gosh, I never really thought about it much as a player. I was a freshman on the team, and I had a lot of good players that played above me, but I thought I should play more. But I did get a couple buckets in the state championship game, and so that was fun. And then to come back and do it as a coach, it's been special, and I've just gotten to coach a lot of good girls throughout my career, and it's been fun because you see the growth of women's basketball, and I'm like, gosh, I'm kind of towards the end of my career, so it's going to be kind of fun to see where it goes.
To piggyback at saying that you're going to be at the end of your career, you're over 800 wins now, getting close to the record. Are you going to try to stick around to catch that record, or well?
I don't, that's a good question. I guess it's going to be all depend on how good my granddaughters are. They're in first grade and kindergarten, so we're going to have
planning on being around for a while.
I don't know. It's been fun as long as it's fun, and I enjoy it. I don't see any reason to stop. I don't know what else I would do in the winter, so it's been fun. So I plan on sticking around for a little bit.
Now, Coach, I'm just wondering, how would Coach Moir, the player, do on this team today?
Oh gosh, I would be Reagan Bender. That's my niece, so I could take a little, extra pride in her. But definitely a scorer, definitely a good passer. I probably lack on the defensive end, but I could definitely rebound, pass, and score for sure.
Now, how would Coach Moir deal with Coach Moir, the player?
That's a good question. I wish that I had, when I played, that I had access to all the training that these girls have, and the summer AAU and the exposure they get. I really wish that, that was more of a part of the game, when I was growing up playing, because, I just played in the backyard and got beat up by my brother and the neighborhood kids. So, all the great stuff they get to do, all the education they have for their, nutrition, for their weightlifting, all the conditioning, all that. I wish I had all that at my disposal, because, I probably would have been a McDonald All-American for sure.
Okay, Coach.
I mean, my mom and dad thought so, at least. That's for sure.
Speaking of McDonald's All-American, is that a dream for you to become the head coach of the McDonald's All-American team?
I actually coached the McDonald All-American in 2007 when it was in Louisville. I got asked to coach, and I had the team without Maya Moir. Let's just say that Maya Moir put it on us.
Okay.
So I've gotten to do a lot of cool things, throughout my coaching career. Really, it's been fun. That actually was probably one of the highlights of my coaching outside of my team, is getting the opportunity to do that.
Okay, Coach. Talking about Zakaya, how is she with her teammates, and what type of teammate is she?
She's the best, and I think a lot of that is just driven by who she is and her family, and I think that she had a lot of good players that played before her, like Josie Gilvin, who's doing great at Western Kentucky, and Trinity Ralston, and kids that were older than her that could kind of bring her into our culture of our team, and just compete and how to practice. I think that's been really good for her, throughout our program. But, man, she gets after it. She'll practice with us. She'll go do workouts in the gym. She's gotten so many great opportunities. She got to go to Steph Curry's camp this summer. I tried to teach her how to hit a golf ball before she went, but that didn't. I was like, D, if you could go out there and you could hit a golf ball, Steph Curry would remember you forever, Anyway, but just the opportunity she's gotten, through basketball, and she's just, the teachers love her at school. She does, she's got like a 3.5, 3.6, in school, and Sacred Heart's hard, and she's just really represented our school and represented our program to the max.
Coach Bew, you got anything for Coach? Coach, I guess really to wrap it up, as you're getting ready, the season's winding down. Like I say, you got to keep them focused. How are you addressing getting ready for the postseason?
Well, I can't, one thing, I can't believe y'all didn't ask me about the Sweet 16 draw today.
We did get the draw.
We're going to get there.
Yeah, my phone's been blowing up today. Just everybody like, oh, I knew it, But we're just focusing on the game. We've got a tough weekend coming up. We've got Simon Kenton, and then we've got Pikeville's coming into town, and we finish up with Frederick Douglass, which will be senior night, and that's going to be a really happy, sad night. So we're just kind of trying to, stay focused, stay fresh. We're not running a lot of, sprints and that kind of thing, but we're getting in the film room and really working on, looking at ourselves and what we can do better. So, just trying to stay fresh, stay healthy, stay competitive, and we can't look outside our region. The 7th region has always traditionally been just a really tough region. So, we just really can't look ahead to that amazing state draw. But, like I said, we're just trying to, keep our eyes on the next game. And, they actually had a day off today, so that was good. They could go home after school and just take an after school nap that they say they never get to do. So, just try to keep fresh and try to do things a little different, shorten our practices. Like I said, get in the film room and do some different things. So it's been fun.
Just won't let us get y'all in the championship game. Really.
I know. I figured that I thought actually, before the draw, our kids, we watched it because it kind of happened around lunchtime for some of them. So we watched it. I thought we'd get the 9th region, honestly. I didn't think the 10th. I thought it'd be the 9th, but that's close enough. So, but it's going to be a great day of basketball. I mean, that bottom bracket's loaded. If and when we do repeat, we'll go through everybody. So, you can't sleep on any of those teams.
Now, are your girls, I don't know, upset about the injury to Byers? You know what I'm saying? I know they probably wanted to play them at their best.
Oh,
it was
absolutely.
a great game last year.
Yeah, you never wish anything on that. And I've had my share of that kind of stuff happen to me when I had Aaron Toller and Grace Berger. Toller went down with something similar. And, I've had a lot, you just never know. And that's why I tell you, you can't ever look ahead to next year. You got to just worry about what's in front of you. And, I felt bad for Sierra. And, we want to play everybody at full strength. I mean, bring them on. And I felt bad, but I she's going to come back stronger. And it was kind of neat to see our kids go up and hug her. And, because Z plays on the same AAU team as she does with the Thunder. So they all know each other. Angelina Paleo, my center, grew up in Winchester. So she's really familiar with a lot of those girls. But like I said, you never want to see anything like that happen to anybody.
Well, Coach, man, I know, Coach, I'll be looking for you. I enjoy my coach. You see, I got my shirt on. I'm ready. I'm representing Sacred Heart. Let's go, Lady Valkyrie.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah,
that's my coach, y'all. That's my coach.
This season I love it. I love you guys, and this season's flown by, man. It's funny when you have a good team. It seems like it goes quicker and quicker. But like I said, I enjoy every minute in the gym with these girls. We've been through a lot. We've been through a lot as a team. The wins and losses and family stuff, and you just really grow to. They all seem like daughters to me.
Hey, Coach, I have one question. We were talking about this before you popped on.
Okay.
When you make that phone call, how many times have you been sent straight to voicemail? Like, we don't want no parts of this.
Yeah, I did need to pick up a game, and I'm still looking because we had one snow out, and everybody says, "Oh, Coach, we'll play anybody but you. We're just really young," So I do get that a lot, but I try to be a resource for a lot of people. We played a great game Friday night where we played a doubleheader with Louisville, St. X, and DeSales, sold the place out. GRC came down. Robbie Graham was gracious enough to do that. And it was just an amazing environment for high school girls basketball. And I was glad we got to experience that. So, we are open to trying different things. And like I said, the travel we did this year, I'd do it again. What a great opportunity to have your kids in Washington, D.C. over Martin Luther King weekend and, go see all that. So we've tried to think outside the box and take advantage of opportunities and, and just showcase our program throughout the country.
All right, Coach. Again, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate
All right, guys.
You my favorite coach.
I better be your favorite. All right, we'll see you all at the Sweet 16.
Yes,
all right,
tell them bye, Campbell. Wave. All right, we'll see you guys.
All right,
She'll probably be about 6'4", so if I don't get the coach her, somebody else will. All right, we'll see you guys.
Yes,
all right, Coach.
Coach Moir. Hey, and we're going to just keep things rolling. We got Coach David. Hold on. Coach, man, I don't want to mess your name up.
It's
How
Levitck.
pronounce your name, Coach?
Levitck.
Levitck. See, I was going to say Levitck, man. I knew I was wrong. But
yeah,
Coach,
that's way
man,
off, but it's all right.
North Oldham coach. Coach, how you doing, man? How's things going? Great season.
Yeah, everything's been good. This season's been a little bit of a surprise to me, but it's been really fun coaching these guys. So everything's been good up to this point. Watched the Sweet 16 draw today. I saw you all talking to Coach about that. So watched that today, but everything's been good.
Go ahead, Butte.
Coach, now we talk about your draw. If you come out of this, the 8th is powerhouse region. You got some great teams up at the top. You would be looking at the 11. How does that kind of do you? Are you even looking that far, first of all?
Well, no, we've actually, no, we're not looking because a couple years ago we made the state tournament and then we returned the exact same team last year. We were 25-6 on a 17-game win streak or something going in the regions, and Woodford ran us out of the gym. So I told our coaches today they're not allowed to bring up the state tournament until hopefully we get there. Then we can talk about it. But obviously we played Great Crossings this year in the King of the Bluegrass. So if we were fortunate enough to make it and they made it, I know Lex Cast's really good as well. But we had a good game against Great Crossing. But we're not talking about that until we get there. At least my team's not allowed to.
Now, Coach, first of all, no disrespect here, but Coach, like you ain't too far removed playing high school basketball yourself, Coach. You know, you're too far removed. I guess some eligibility level or something, Coach.
Yeah, I graduated high school in 2013. I got the head job at North right when I turned 23. So
how's it feel being a young coach? You feel like you relate to the kids better? You know, you came from where you're not too far removed from where they from. Was you able to relate to them in a different way than maybe an older coach may?
Yeah, I think it's been a big plus. Right when I started coaching, I just turned 23. I also went to North Oldham, so I was real familiar with the area, obviously going there. I knew the AD and the principal when I got hired. They were there as well. So everything kind of coaching part was a little rough at first, but just it was a smooth transition with everything else and being able to relate to the kids. I had some really good kids at a young age when I started coaching. Dallas Roberts, who I'm sure you all know, was an 8th grader when I started coaching. So
wow.
We had a lot of good young talent when I started, and it was fun. And the kids, I really related to the kids because I just started coaching varsity. That was my first job. I didn't do any freshman or JV. I just went right to being the head coach of the varsity team. So it was a lot of learning, but I think relating to the kids really helped me.
Now, when you played for Patino, correct?
I did. Patino's last year. U of L was my last year at Louisville.
Okay. Now, is there anything you took from him or gleaned from him in your process?
Basically everything, because the first person I called was him when I got the job, because with the previous coach, actually, I started coaching after October 15th, so it was kind of like a late thing. I don't think I started till around October 18th. I started coaching. I'll know the first day is October 15th, so they kind of already had the team set. We had a little tryout, but the first person I called was coach and just asked him some tips and advice on how to start a whole new team, a whole new program as a whole. And we've remained close pretty much. We were horse racing guys, so we still talk here and there about horse racing and basketball. He was actually one of the first people I called.
Hey, Coach, I'm sitting here looking at the back end of your schedule, and you definitely didn't duck anybody. You got Collins, Danville Christian, Emmanuel, and St. X. Was that – just give us a little insight on why you wanted to end the season like that.
Yeah, so last year we played a brutally tough schedule. We went King of the Bluegrass Lex Cat tournament, which is a big tournament. We played I think we played 8 games in those 2 tournaments. We played a couple out-of-state teams that were ranked. We played 7 ranked teams at 8. So coming into this year, losing 3 college players, I tried to balance out the schedule a little more, try to put some teams that we didn't play last year that I didn't want to play basic. I don't want to play a bunch of ranked teams the whole year, but I always try to make the end of the schedule tough because, like you said, the 8th region is so tough. And I wanted to play teams like Manual. We usually play Manual beginning of the year, but we switched it to end of the year this year. And then St. X we've ended with the last couple of years. Danville Christian's been a really good team this year as well. Collins has been a good team. But I like playing teams like that going into regions because, like you all said, the 8th region is very tough with Woodford and Spencer County and Oldham County and all these teams. I want to challenge them going into the regional tournament.
Now, Coach, man. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, dude.
Now, Coach, man, you got a pretty impressive roster here led by Grant Neal, who's averaging a little over 21 points a game. Then you got Jack Fisher at almost 14 and Ryan Howard at 12. How important to have these young men leading your program, and who else do you lean on this team?
Yeah, all those guys are seniors. Jack Fisher and Grant Neal have started since their sophomore year, so they started on that team that went to the state tournament. So coming into the year, I knew I'd be able to count on them. And then Ryan Howard's a senior that transferred to me his sophomore year. His grandpa's on our staff, so he came in late in his sophomore year, and he's been a kid that can really shoot the ball. So they all play different. Grant Neal's a really good all-around scoring defender. Fisher's our point guard. Just a steady point guard, averages 7.5 rebounds a game as well. So we got a lot of guys that balance each other out. We have a couple of shooters and Brooks Cargold and some other guys. We don't have any size. Our tallest guy is 6'3", so we really try to go up and down, shoot a lot of threes, try to play somewhat good defense. It hasn't been very good as of late. Actually, I shouldn't say that. The last couple of games were okay, but when we lost to Oldham County and that stretch, we weren't playing very good defense. So we try to do what we can with our undersized team, but overall, those three guys are the guys that lead us.
Hey, Coach, is your district held at Spencer County this year?
No, so our district only has three teams. It's got Oldham, South, and North. We're the only team, and we're the only district in our region with three teams. So this year it's at Oldham County. The regions are at Henry County though every year.
Henry,
so
okay.
yeah, Spencer is with Woodford and Collins, Shelby, and Anderson. I think that's their five.
So with that being said, the 3-team district, how does that work out? I guess 2 and 3 plays each other, then the winner of that game plays.
Yeah, and it's super. All three of the teams are usually fairly competitive. And I always tell people it doesn't really matter the skill of the team that year. The games are so packed. I mean, every game has 1,500 to 2,000 people, depending on the gym size. It's a sellout, and it doesn't really matter the talent level. There's so much adrenaline. So our regular season, we usually play OC first. Well, it got snowed out, so we had to play South first. So South Oldham beat OC by 7. Something like that. I think it was 7 or 8. And it goes by point differential. So we beat South by 10. So going into the OC game, OC was 0-1 at the time. They beat us. But going into the game, we had to win or lose by less than 9 points because it's a point differential thing. So we got the automatic bye, which is so important in our district because all the games are so competitive. There's so many people there. And Oldham County hosts this year. We hosted last year. So going into that, getting the 1 seed in a 3-team district where all 3 teams are super competitive is such a big deal. But it goes by point differential, and then somehow if there's a tie, I think it goes to RPI.
Okay. Now, Coach, as you get ready for this run, what's it going to take for you guys to make this a great run this off season?
We're an experienced team. When you're going into the regional tournament, I think it helped. Well, I shouldn't say it helped. It was the way we ended last year was a little disappointing based on our talent level and how we were going. But we have 3 seniors who were a part of that. And we have some other guys who dress varsity. I think they know now that those games, everybody gives it their best shot in the regional tournament. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You have to take it one game at a time. You can't look ahead. So, going into these last 4 games, we just need to get better at the little things and try to get better and better as a team. And then, the district finals game, it doesn't matter the outcome of the game. I would love to win the game, but we just need to keep getting better because going into that regional tournament, it's going to be a war for 3 games. And we actually in our region, so the first round is on Wednesday, Thursday. So you have a couple days to prepare. Then you get another 3-day break, and then it's back to back. So then the finals, semis are Monday, finals are Tuesday. So you got a couple days to prepare for the first 2 teams. And then if you're lucky enough to get to the finals, you get no preparation. So it's kind of a grind.
Coach, we were looking at the draws today where you guys opened up with the 11th. If you happen to get that far, it looked like you've been battle tested throughout the season. And the 11th has Great Crossing, Lexington Catholic, Bryan Station. How do you feel like you match up against those teams?
Well,
if you happen to get out of this district region.
Well, I'm not going to lie. That was not the region. I don't think anybody in the 8th region wanted that region because those are – I think they're ranked 1 and 2 in the state in a lot of polls. So, it's just the Sweet 16 is such a fun experience. I think every coach can speak for that's been there and coached in it or even just been to the games. Just getting there is fun. And then just, we played Great Crossing this year. We were actually up 6. It was the King of the Bluegrass. We were actually up 6 with 30 seconds to go. And that's a whole nother story, but we smoked that game. But they're a really talented team if they were to make it. They're obviously huge. They're big. I think they're the biggest team in the state by far. I don't really know another team that has much size. Levitck's obviously a good team as well. Their second best player, I think, is still out. I'm sure he'll be back for the postseason run. And like you said, Bryan Station, a lot of good teams in that region. But, it would be fortunate. I think I could speak for every coach just to make it. And then, if whoever makes it, hopefully it's us, make it, just kind of go from there. But I think that's the toughest region in the state this year, I would assume, with those 2 teams. There's a lot of good ones, though.
Coach, I got to say, I'm impressed, Coach, man. I'm wishing you best of luck, Coach. I got you back. I'm supporting North Oldham, Coach. I'm rooting for you. Keep doing big things, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you all for having me.
All right, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Why shaking my heads, man. Hey, he's impressive though, man. You know, nice young coach, man. But yeah, I'm like him, man. When them draw came out, I'd be like, y'all didn't do me no favors.
Hey man, that would have been with everybody who had to take on that 11. Nobody's gonna have any favors.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sitting here looking at the draw, man. That other side of the brackets got the 10th, the 7th. You know what I'm saying?
You can't really see that, but yeah.
Yeah, so the 4th is real good with Bowling Green, Warren East. And we still don't know much about what Warren Central's down there because they're playing 500 basketball.
No. Bowling Green looks to be one of the favorites to come out of there. So on day one, they got we got the 15th versus the 14th, the 16th versus the 2nd, the 5th versus the 1st, the 8th versus the 11th. And then day 2, we got 13 versus 4. We got 3 versus 6, 12 versus 7, and 9 and 10. That 9 and 10 might be interesting too. And then
hey, especially if Newport comes out with GRC, that's gonna be a game we definitely need to be there to see. So
it's gonna be flying up and down the court on that one.
Now let me ask you again. How is this? Is this random? How is this? Is this random?
It's a ping pong draw. It's like, you know how you're doing bingo? They got them big tubes and buckets or whatever, or drop balls in, and they just come up like that, man.
Yeah.
I'm like
we said, we got the 7th and the 10th and the girls. That's
crazy. Like you said, that should be a state championship game every year.
Man,
it's sad they got to meet that early. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, I guess it's kind of bittersweet because you know Robbie when Sierra went out, that was big. You know, so
yeah.
Oh man, hey man, eventually you got to play them to get there.
Yeah.
You gotta play some good teams to win it, man. So might as well get it out early first.
But in our heart of heart, we know how we feel. The only one to stop the beast, the machine, is going to be GRC, but they ain't in full strength. So right now, we're thinking, hey, this might be a easy road here.
And I think a lot of people kind of felt like this might have been their best shot before she got hurt.
Yeah.
I was talking to a lot of people. They were kind of like, they might have a real good chance, but yeah. Like Coach say, you can't count your chickens in anything, can you?
No, Coach got a basketball factory up there, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look here. Hey.
That's a machine.
Quiet as kept. He is a Calipari up there. He's going to get them kids now. Them kids going to come because one thing I know, they're going to be coached right. He's going to care about them kids, and he's going to care about their future and care about them on and off the court.
But what's crazy is with the girls' basketball game, like Coach says, Zakiya kind of came out of his backyard. You know what I'm saying? And the other in the center.
The other girl, yeah. So, I mean, they lost. That's 2 kids. Imagine them 2 kids on all that talent they got. My Jesus, Lord have mercy. Boy, you talking about the 88, 89 Lakers, oh.
Hey, for real, man. The rich get richer.
Now, before we debut this week's top 20, y'all got anything else?
No, man. I'm good. Let's get to it.
All right, here we go. This is the top 20 for this week. Not much change at the top, man. It's kind of more like those middle teams that had a little moving and shaking in there, but for the most part, I think it's kind of status quo. Y'all think so?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A couple teams took some losses in the middle of the pack, man. So a couple teams won, a couple teams missing some players. So, you know what I'm saying? It all boils down to what you're doing right now, man. And the top hasn't moved in a couple weeks, not very much at all. So they're saying status quo.
So let me ask you a question. You know, I got to ask my weekly station question. Was that really a bad loss, or was that well, I was watching it. Matter of fact, I did a great job on the call in the game, by the way.
Thank you.
Make sure you get on Big Days and check it out. And also, when I text y'all, make sure I respond to my text message. I'm sick of y'all doing me like that. You know, I'm
hey, man,
we not working, man.
Truck ain't professional. We talk about everything all the time.
I gotta keep Marshawn in line, man. There's a lot going on.
Doing football, Truck talking about his soap operas and everything, but now he's focused. Now that you on board, I'm sick of this,
Hey, man, the basketball's got too much action going on. They up and down the court, man. Marshawn got to stay
He don't
on
know what's
track,
going
man.
on no halftime anyway. His basketball IQ is short as a little person. I'm not gonna say Lord. Anyway, Anyway, was that a bad loss, or do you feel like that was a big win by Henry Clay? Back-to-back big wins. Matter of fact, against Station and Henry Sayer.
It was not a bad loss. It was a couple wins. Well, that win in particular was a win that Henry Clay needed to solidify their status in the state, or even within the district. You know, and then coming back, going into overtime with Sayre the following night, I think that definitely boosts their confidence. Now back to the Bryan Station issue, I guess, you know, they've been rolling along here, you know what I'm saying, pretty tough here lately. And sometimes you need a loss like that, you know what I'm saying, to settle everything down and get everybody grounded. So I don't think it was a bad loss. I mean, there's no good losses per se, but it was probably something that needed to happen. So it's more for the coaches so they can refocus their team.
I respect that.
Well, I know we winding down. We got these last 2 weeks as we get ready for the district championship. There's a few big games left on the schedule. But as we get ready, looking for the offseason, is there anybody that's, you know, maybe red hot, or maybe somebody that's struggling, or do you see anybody that kind of catching your eye that's going into the offseason right now, these last 2 weeks, good or bad?
Well, one team in particular that everybody seems to be talking about around the city here, you know what I'm saying, in Lexington, is Frederick Douglass. They need to get healthy. If they're going to make any type of run, they have to get healthy. They have to get Melo back. They have to get some type of team camaraderie, you know what I'm saying, so where they know where they are on the floor and just play with each other.
But coming in early in the year when all the hype was behind them, oh, they're gonna be stationed by 30, this and that, you know, all the hype, they were touted as being a deep team. And the depth really, I guess the depth really hasn't showed through, even with Sherrod hurt for a month and a half in December and January. When Melo being hurt now right now, it's like you expect some of the younger cats to step up. There's a lot of talent on that bench and on that roster. And I guess you wait for them to step up.
Well, in my opinion, where I've watched several games, I thought their backcourt and their point guards would have progressed throughout the season, and I don't think they've gotten any better, to be honest. And I think that's going to be a real problem for them going on into the tournament. They have to get better point guard play. They have to.
But you and Chuck both spoke on that, especially losing Kai, how big he was. He was a 3-point god. You know, so with all that talent around, you got to have a decent point guard, like you said, to just settle the offense down like Kai would, put people in the place they're supposed to be at, and move the ball.
I think this season has showed just how good Kai was for his team, because he was the one constant. You know, they've always been athletic and, you know, great finishers and everything, but he was that guy that kind of kept them flowing. And like you say, you see where they have stretches where they just
stand.
Yeah,
there's no movement. There's no movement in the offense.
Yeah, it's almost like you said, maybe a leadership void or something. There's just something.
Man, I think it's just young kids too. I mean, let's be honest. Even sometimes you can't watch stations. Sometimes they'll get in that lullaby, you know, watching what's got to do his thing.
Moir.
That's a talented team, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the thing with Station is, in my opinion, they play a type of game to where if they get caught standing around, their defense, because where they trap and press everything, it helps give them their flow back. You know what I'm saying? And there's not a lot of standing around, as opposed to Douglas, when they get caught in that half court, there's a lot of one-on-one. There's no movement within the offense. So, you know. And another team who I've been really impressed with lately is Sayre and Brock Kaufman. Because this kid, man, we called him Baby Barkley the other night, man.
But they got some bad losses. A blown out loss against Douglas, a blown out loss against Station. Then Henry Clay beat them. So I mean, that's 3 wins they definitely need. I I don't know. You tell they got the talent there, but it's a lot of they go as Brock Kaufman goes.
Well, they took Henry. They beat Douglas this last game, and they took Henry Clay to overtime, and it took a big 3 by Stephen to win at the buzzer. So I think they're kind of coming on right on time. But yeah, that 42nd district is that's murderer's row right there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here looking at 10 and 13, but no, I'm sorry, not 10 and 13. Hold on.
They've been playing. I mean,
but they're still a team full of juniors, though, right?
Yeah.
And they don't really have a lot of length either.
Yeah,
no.
Lil Jones. I know Lil Jones is a freshman, a sophomore. Mike Jones' son. So yeah, they still a young team.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, man, y'all got anything else before we get out of here? You know, shout out to my Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl champions back to back. Just had to get that in there just so everybody know we doing big things. Man, y'all cheer up, y'all. Cheer up. Just like that. Y'all just gonna leave it like that, man. Go ahead, Bew, man. We can get out of here. Well, on that note, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. Keep doing big things, and we'll be back next week. You got anything else, O?
Nah, man. It was, like I said, it's always good to be with you guys, man. Thank y'all for having me on.
All right, go.